Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Zach, otherwise known as Poppy Syntax, and today is a great day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and Amberlynn Reid has uploaded what I ate today at Jenny Craig Day 1, and we're gonna look at it. So with that being said, let's get into the video. And here we go.
So welcome to day 1 of me being on Jenny Craig. I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
Myself, they want me to weigh every single day. So here is the weight. Okay. 517.8. As you can see, I have gained some weight.
Yeah, that's okay.
Thank you, estrogen. So with Jenny Craig.
Okay, well, also remember what we said in the last video. You're the one who puts the food in your face, Miss Amber.
They have everything planned for you. So it's going to be pretty easy. Large majority of the food.
Weight loss isn't easy. It's not the hardest thing in the world. There are much harder things. But it's not easy. And saying it's easy kind of belittles a lot of effort that many people go through. So it's not going to be easy, Amber. Sorry.
Food that you eat is Jenny Craig food, but you do eat your own fruits, veggies, and things like that. I have to eat 6 times a day. It's going to be breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. I'm here to share everything that I eat, do some taste tests, tell you guys how I'm feeling for the first week of Jenny Craig. So let's do it. Okay.
Both Chantel and Amber are now on the taste test train, so that's fun. We've synced up.
So first meal.
And I can't get over, oh my god, the wine bottles in the background, because it's rosé and it's that pink color, and that was the decorating brief. They don't drink. Why are there bottles of rosé in the background? Oh dear.
Chocolate dream shake, which we'll be trying. 2 mini
Protein
cinnamon
shake.
rolls and an apple that I washed and cut up.
Okay.
So let's try the shake first. Smells like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Exactly what a protein shake tastes like. But I will admit, this isn't that bad.
I don't think protein shakes are bad. I think you need to find the right protein shake for your taste. I use it's purchased through Amazon. It's like $1 a serve, and it's vanilla, and it's the most basic thing ever. Does it taste great? Not particularly, but you can do a lot with it, especially if you're making things like protein balls. I make a nice cream using protein powder. It doesn't add a whole lot of flavor, but it does help you stay satiated, which is a benefit to having a high protein diet.
Pretty good. All right, time for the cinnamon roll. Smells like a regular cinnamon. What?
I'd be
Smells
interested.
like a
Hold
regular...
on, guys. I know everyone hates when I do this, but I'm just gonna look up if they have. Okay, no, they do. So I don't really understand how Jenny Craig works, but it seems to be just a meal providing service as well as diet, and it's basically a meal plan. I'm confused why she didn't get a meal plan from the dietitian she paid to go and see. But sure, Jenny Craig. So 2 tender rolls packed in cinnamon flavor and drizzled with cream cheese frosting, 170 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 3 grams of fiber, 8 grams of protein, 29 grams of carbs. Seems about right. Before anyone gets on me, I'm not on keto. I do watch my carb intake because carbohydrate heavy foods are the ones that trigger me into overeating, or oftentimes push me into overeating. With 29 grams of carbs, that's literally over half of what I'd have in a day on a moderate carb diet. I try to eat between 50 and 60. I aim for 50 to 60. So that would be half of my day in 2 little cinnamon rolls. It does have 3 grams of fiber, so if you're counting net carbs, I guess that's only 26 grams, but anyway, back to you, Amber. Just my thoughts.
Cinnamon rolls, let's do it.
The Jenny Craig photo looks much better.
What?
What? What are you expecting?
So I'm gonna be able to eat this for breakfast and lose weight. Here for it. This is delicious. Oh my god.
Amber, the ingredients for you. Non-fat milk, powdered sugar. Do you know how ingredients work? So for those of you who don't, I don't mean to be condescending, but ingredients work from the highest percentage to the lowest percentage. So the highest percentage of this recipe is non-fat milk, followed by powdered sugar, followed by soy flour, followed by enriched bleach flour, and then more flour and a wheat protein, and then sugar, maltodextrin, oil, yada yada yada. So it's a relatively simple bread-based, pastry-based recipe, but the ingredients are swapped out for non-fat, low-sugar derivatives. There is still quite a lot of sugar in the flour and the sweeteners that are being used. For like, they use sugar and brown sugar. You could use erythritol. There are other options. There's cream cheese in there as well. Eggs and salt. They use margarine instead of butter. Yeah. Could you eat this every day and get away with it? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Do I think it's a 200 wasted calories? Yeah. I mean, with just thinking of those ingredients by themselves, I'd rather have half a glass of milk and a slice of bread and an egg. For me, that's a really useful way to break down ingredients of like, oh, hey, I really want to make this thing, but if I make it a different way using the same ingredients, I'll probably feel better longer. Anyway,
you guys,
ramble.
So I just woke up from a nap, so I'm actually behind on my meals. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but with Jenny Craig, you do 12 hours of eating and 12 hours of fasting.
Yep.
And with
I'm on intermittent fasting. I do 8 hours of eating and 16 hours of fasting. It seems to work for me. Some days I break it, some days I don't. It's all, your diet is your personal preference. Whatever works for you.
3 meals, 3 snacks.
But I have found
I eat every
intermittent
2 hours,
fasting.
so I am behind. But here is my first snack. We have an orange, a very small orange. We have an ounce of chicken. We have a light string cheese.
This is giving me flashbacks to that one video where she like made like deli meat chicken wraps with the jack cheese or whatever the hell it's called inside.
Chocolate brownie Jenny Craig bar. So obviously we got to do a taste test, so let's do it.
And obviously we need to look it up. Brownie bar. I love the internet. Could you imagine could you imagine trying to look at this? This is not what I'm looking for. Could you imagine, like, I'm an older individual and I too have been alive during a time where we didn't have calorie counting apps on our phones. Like, we had to do everything by hand, which sucked, and probably a lot of reason why many people didn't succeed, because they didn't have the luxury of doing this. Okay, chocolate brownie fudge bar. That tiny thing, 120 calories. Is it worth it? Not for me. I mean, you jack that up by 30 calories and you could have 2 eggs. And it would, like, to be fair, I love chocolate. It's got 5 grams of total fat, 5 grams of fiber, and 10 grams of protein. So there's a whey protein isolate inside of there, which is correct. There are 12 grams of total carbs, which really isn't that bad. The ingredients. Okay, so the chocolate covered coating is the majority of the the brownie, which is fine. Milk protein isolate, glycerin, gelatin, agave, whey protein. So I was right. Chocolate chips, chocolate flavored drizzle. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really all that surprising in there. There's less than 2% of ground almonds, palm kernel oil, sunflower oil. Yeah, it's just an oil-heavy brownie, which is fine. I do make brownies, and hopefully in December I'll show you guys a batch that I do. I do a 50-50 split of oil to butter because I find it gives me the best chew versus take ratio that I enjoy. It's not healthy by any means, but I just enjoy baking them. Yeah, okay. That tells me almost nothing, and I would not spend 150 calories on that. And I wonder how much it costs as well. I don't know. Anyway.
Ooh. I love the texture. This is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just chocolate.
It's super chocolatey, delicious. I feel like it might even be good frozen or like in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna go eat my food. I'm gonna eat my orange first, then probably my
as a former fat person, this offends me because I would eat the chocolate last. I would be savory first, so cheese and meat, followed by orange, followed by chocolate. Right? I'm not crazy, right? That's just the way. That's the way you should do it. I don't mean to gatekeep eating.
All right, so this is my lunch. Becky's cooking her dinner. She's having spaghetti, and
I saw it in the comments earlier, but over on that right, pardon me looking around my camera, on that right hand side, there's some toast, which looks like garlic bread, and there's a lot of it. There's an entire sheet pan of it to go with pasta. So is Becky just meal prepping? Is that entire pot of pasta for her like throughout the day, and she'll eat the bread along with it? If so, lots of carbohydrates, and although delicious, not beneficial to any form of weight loss. Also, I don't get this. These two are a couple, and yet Becky is not doing anything to do with Amber's weight loss. Like, that just never seems to make sense. It seems like your partner should support you in what you're doing and not, like, hasn't Amber said pasta's a trigger food for her or something? Anyway, not important.
Let's see. Okay, so I do want to say one thing. I feel very satisfied so far. Like, I haven't been hungry not once. So, all right.
No, you just woke
First
up.
things first.
Allegedly.
We have 2 cups of garden salad.
Second.
The dressing on here is actually a Jenny Craig dressing. It is creamy herb. So, we will be doing a taste test on that. I have half of a banana. I have never ate this much fruit in my life. I think that's helping with keeping me full, and it's healthy, so I actually feel really good. And then we have a little cheeseburger moment. It's literally just a bun.
Frozen burgers. You guys, what is going on? I'm gonna say it's beef. Let's see if she tells us.
Some cheese and a burger, and I do have some mustard right here. This is spicy mustard. And Becky goes, why didn't you just put that on your burger? And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. So I'm gonna try the burger first.
Mustard's good on a burger.
It is still
all right, you guys, because of course 200 I feel like this is good. I like this. I'm sorry if there are pauses in the commentary. I can't talk forever. Classic cheeseburger, flame broiled beef patty topped with American cheese on a whole grain bun for an all-American classic from the frozen section of Jenny Craig. Oh, I love it. 270 calories. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable. It is, just looking at the food though, everything is portioned small. So for me and my fat brain, I see this and think I need to eat 2 of them because they're so small. So 270 calories for this thing, excluding the mustard. Mustard does have calories, if anyone cares to know. It comes from the oil, and it usually has a lot of oil, and oil is, quite high in calorie. Although delicious, and mustards are great, like mustard seeds, mustard greens are all great for you. I'm just saying it's not, like condiments are not free calories. 9 grams of total fat in this burger, 6 grams of dietary fiber, and 18 grams of protein, which is great. Total carbs at 30 grams. So already with the 2 cinnamon rolls and this burger, you have easily surpassed a moderate carb diet, or moderate carb restriction, let's say. I did at a time go into like the 200s for my carbohydrates while I was counting. And I'm not saying everyone has to be on low carb, moderate carb. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying as a fat individual, carbohydrates were the thing that I focused on reducing because they were the thing that caused me to overeat. Let's see ingredients. Fully cooked beef patty, beef, water, Texas vegetable protein, dried onions. Love to see an onion in a burger. Well, not in a burger, but in the beef. Isolated oat product. A binding agent. 2% less of salt, maltodextrin, natural flavors, potassium, phosphate gum, Arabic. Wow, I'm awful. Spices, grill flavor, guys. Oh no. I'm sure that's really common in frozen burgers and frozen meals in general, but there's a grill flavor. The beef isn't even grilled. The beef is put together and probably microwaved, or whatever the mass manufacturer beef conglomerate uses, some form of microwave. But they add they add grill flavor. That makes me laugh. Beef fat, Trula yeast, corn syrup solids. Okay, the bun is what I'm more interested in. The beef kind of, yeah, whatever. Whole grain wheat flour, water, enriched flour, reduced iron. Okay. Barley. Yeah, nothing particularly interesting there. So if you take out the beef and the burger, or is that part of the bun? Oh, it's not part of the bun. The next, I don't understand how that works, but the next set of ingredients are sugar, yeast, oat fiber, soybean oil, all of these things. Calcium propionate to preserve freshness. Okay, so it's a chemical. Got it. Vinegar, calcium sulfate, reduced fat. Reduced fat, reduced sodium processed American cheese. Yuck. Great. So that was confusing. Anyway, this burger, not worth it for me. That's my opinion.
Really hot.
Look how tiny it is.
Smells like a freaking McDonald's burger. Let's be real.
It's 3 mouthfuls. And we've talked about burgers yesterday.
What? Haters take that and run with it. That's good.
That's great.
I'm shook. I don't even think I need the mustard. Time for salad. I love salad. I did add some pepper. I love pepper on my salad. It's like a thing.
I don't understand that, right, but okay.
Here we go.
Pepper's one of those things, like salt and pepper are the two spices or the two flavoring agents that you'll always have together and usually always have on a dining table. We'll talk about her standing up eating in a bit. But pepper is like quite potent. Why the heck are you adding it to a salad? I mean, it's your taste bud. Go off. For me, pepper doesn't belong in this kind of iceberg lettuce moment. I wouldn't enjoy it.
There's something.
Editing.
Lemon? Okay, so I do like it. Have I had better dressings? Yes.
Yeah, because it's probably a low-fat dressing. Like I'm not looking it up, guys. It's dressing.
Because sometimes the second bite helps you understand things a little bit more. I think I know what it's reminding me of. I think I know. I feel like this dressing would be perfect for a pasta salad. That's what it is.
Oh.
And the second bite tasted even better than the first.
Okay.
So
it's more like a mayonnaise.
I'm gonna go eat. This is like hands down a lot of food.
It is, and it
like,
could have been served on one plate. I don't get, like, you could have just put the salad in a bowl and put it on the plate with the burger and the rest of your business. Why you got to have 2 plates? I think that that's actually a thing because a lot of her mukbangs she's got 2 plates, and I don't think it's about like separation of food. I think it's just like a mental thing for her that she needs to be able to see she has more food. I think that's a thing.
All right, you guys, so it's time for me to eat yet again.
Okay.
And this meal...
Also, it's bugging me because this should be a hip hip hooray cycle 1, like, get excited moment, right? And all of this Jenny Craig food has calories to be counted. So why isn't she counting them? Maybe she is. Or maybe she's just following the meal plan and not thinking about calories. I think at the end of the video, I'll sum up everything I can for the calorie count. Ugh. That's a lot of work. Damn it, Amber.
Is half of my banana from earlier and some low-fat milk. I don't know why, but
milk's okay. It's great.
I'm not mad about it because I actually love milk. I grew up drinking milk with dinner, so yeah, to me milk is like creamy and delicious, so I'm not mad. As for bananas, the texture just like throws me off, but that's the
Why don't you take that milk and that banana and chuck them in your blender and just make a smoothie? Bananas in a smoothie are great. Like, that's what I mean about these meal plan things, where you can say it's teaching people how to eat correctly, which I think is the whole purpose of things like Jenny Craig. Like, it's strict enough to be enforcing calorie deficiency, but it's not really teaching these people anything, because all of these base ingredients you can do a lot more with, outside of here's all of our prepackaged food that we're selling at a premium that you need to eat. Anyway.
Fruit that I chose because I wanted to switch it up. That's why apple, orange, banana. So I have to eat 2 more times, dinner and a snack, and I want to kind of talk about how I'm feeling. I'm not hungry at all. I'm just having head hunger because this is the time of night where I slowly start pigging out, and I'll order takeout. I'll have something really big to eat.
I'm very fortunate that I'm not rolling in cash like Amberlynn, because if I were at the moment, I would also probably be, well, not at the moment, but future past Zach would have definitely been on the takeout train. But like, I'm really happy that she's waking up, but I also know that this is cycle 1, so yeah, I understand head hunger as well.
In a few hours from now, I will have candy or ice cream, or
There are low calorie alternatives. There are always in this day and age, there are low calorie alternatives. If you want to sit down and eat a punnet of ice cream, go get a punnet of Halo Top. Eat an entire punnet under 300 calories. Or learn to make your own. Candy's a bit of a different story, since low calorie candy isn't usually all that good, but anyway.
Chips, you know, just things like that. So
I do miss chips.
Can't do that right now, so I'm kind of definitely going out of routine. I feel triggered by the time. Oh, by the way, it just reminded me because the heater just shut off. Some people are saying that they hate the hum in the back of my videos. It's because it's cold out. I have my heater on, and the heater is really loud.
Can't hear it.
So I'm gonna go eat my banana.
Hey, birds.
Drink my serving of milk, which I didn't measure it. I used my scale. Okay, you guys, it is dinner time.
Okay.
First thing I get, don't mind this. This will be clean. Is a few almonds.
It's been there all day. I'm curious, like, what? I don't get this, because she's obviously set her ring light up and she's in the kitchen, and this is what I touched on earlier before. She's standing while she's eating. Standing while you're eating has been proven to negatively impact a lot of things, including your digestive capacity. And as someone who worked on their feet and ate like while running around for 10 years, essentially, I also know that you are less mindful when you're eating while standing, and you aren't focused on it, right? I'd argue that she's focused on this because she's filming, so that's neither here nor there. But like, I don't know, wouldn't it have just been better to sit down?
Fat, so that's what I chose. They're just sitting right here for now. So for dinner, I have a ton of green beans, and then this is mac and cheese.
That's a tinned green bean. Not a fan.
With carrots and broccoli.
Mac and
so
cheese
I already
looks good,
know.
though.
I love me freaking, I was gonna call it a carrot, a green bean. But now we get to do the little taste test. All right.
These are just mukbangs. Like, what are you talking about? This is just a mukbang spread out across 6 different meals.
I feel like I'm being pranked. These meals are good.
Yeah. I mean, Jenny Craig's one of those businesses that have been around forever.
This
so
is
their
without the
product
ring
should
light.
be good.
This is usually
It's expensive though, I think.
how high I have it. But look how high it goes. Oh, I can't even stare at you guys. Dang. Okay, so we are here for the last meal, which is my snack. We're having a cocoa and nut bar.
You guys, you know I gotta But anyway, onto what she's eating now. Nutty chocolate caramel bar, 120 calories. 7 grams total fat, 9 grams dietary fiber, 7 grams of protein, 16 grams of carbohydrates. There's a caramel layer using what looks like artificial sweetener, water, oil, more things, salt, sugar, sucralose, chocolate flavor coatering? Wow. Palm kernel oil, chicory root, cocoa, sugar, whey protein. A lot of what I'm seeing here, Jenny Craig, is they're using protein powders in pretty much all of their recipes, which is fine. But also it's just proving the point that a high protein diet can be beneficial to your satiety, to feeling satiated. They really like sunflower, lecithin and sunflower oils. There are peanuts in there. Glycerin to hold everything together. Water. Defatted peanut flour, I'm a really big fan of. I've got an entire jar of PB Fit, which is great. I mix that into things. Natural flavors, peanut butter, more protein, soy protein, and stevia. Nice. Okay, great. It's low calorie because it's got a lot of low calorie substitutes in it. Are we surprised? Not at all. I did find the macaroni and cheese, 283 calories plus whatever the beans are, 34.3 grams of protein. So I'd hesitate to say that she has, like, she's probably sitting at around 100 to 120 grams of carbohydrates. Again, she's not counting carbs, so it doesn't really matter. But this is just a, for me, perspective. Anyway.
I couldn't find it for some reason. I was like, oh my god, I didn't get it. Oh no. Okay.
The portions are tiny.
It smells like nuts.
Teeny
like
tiny.
Honey or
like
something. So that's how it
teeny.
looks. Right. Oh, this is good.
Yeah. Be that sweetener.
Something's going on. Honey, caramel,
Chef's kiss.
peanut, chocolate. What, baby, jealous? A little bit. So I'm gonna eat that, and that is it for the night. So I actually really enjoyed day one. I am having triggering moments. Like, I watched the new episode of The Bachelorette, and every single time I watch that show or any show, I always stuff my face. Something about snacking or eating while I watch TV is just something that I enjoy doing, and I couldn't do that this time. So that was a bit triggering for me, but I made it through. I'm excited to do my...
Yeah, I mean, the argument comes down to, as a morbidly obese individual, you have to change your habits. If you want a healthier lifestyle and you want to lose weight, you need to change your habits. And that's what, because your current habits are what got you to where you are, right? So you have to change them. And no one can change them but you. And yes, you can find support and help and all of those things. And perhaps you could argue that some people don't know these habits are bad. I choose to believe that we do, because we live with them for years and years. You don't just wake up morbidly obese one day. You do go over like into that category, but you don't, your habits don't sneak up on you. You need to address them and not be ignorant of your own situation.
I wouldn't say my first weigh-in, because I weighed in at Jenny Craig, then I weighed in today. Yeah. I meant to say, I'm excited to see 20. How much I lose in just one day. I don't know why, but I just am. So.
I feel like there's a problem with instant gratification here, where you are expecting a result after one day. Because one day is a fluctuation. Heck, 2 or 3 days can be a fluctuation. It can be lots of things. I understand that Amber is so big that one day, yes, she can just lose a lot of weight in one day or 1 week or whatever. But I honestly think for Amber, in her mental capacity, it would be better just to do it for a week. Do it for a week and see that big number at the end of the week and go, oh my God, this week was totally worth it. Instead of going to the next day, seeing the number that you may not be happy with, and then spiraling.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys for day 2. Bye.
Bye, Amber. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I did what I said I would do and took a couple of minutes to basically put all of Miss Amber's food into my MyFitnessPal, including the mustard, because I'm like that. And it came out perfectly reasonable. She is currently, for this day, allegedly sitting on 1,700 calories, 224 grams of carbs, which is a lot, but we've spoken about that. Only 52 grams of fats, so it is a low-fat diet by the looks of things, at least what she was eating today, and 96 grams of protein, which is, you know, neither here nor there, really. It is interesting to point out that there are 91 grams of sugar in this thing, but I mean, I guess that's okay. Right, I guess that's okay. Anyway, I'll put it up on the screen so y'all can have a look at it and then delete it off MyFitnessPal and then actually create an account with MyFitnessPal just for tracking these individuals' food, because I would like it not to impact mine. But with that being said, thank you all so much if you got to this point in the video. I always appreciate you, your opinions, and your eyeballs. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.